and today we are not actually doing a Beyblade battle, but we are going to be making a combo. We are going to be making the best defense combo. Now, obviously, there are a variety of defense type parts, but I do not have all of these parts. But I will be using the parts that I do have, and some bays that are not defense types but still can be used for defense. For example, some drivers that may be used for defense that are not defense types are Extend Plus and Trick. Some layers that could be used for defense that aren't defense types are Cosmic, Union, the Erase layer base, Mirage, Glide, and Lord. And some chassis or discs that they're not technically defense types, but some chassis that are not usually used on defense types or discs are Expand, Ratchet, Convert, Vanguard, 2S, Blitz, and some other discs that may be used for defense in a way. Alright, so first, let's bring the layers over. Alright, so for the layers, we have Union, Cosmic, Dread, Bahamut, Gallia Genesis, Fornius, Erase, Mirage, Glide, and Lord. Alright, let me just move these so that you can see them. Alright, so next we're actually going to be making two different spins, left and right spin. So we'll separate them. This is dual spin, this is left spin, and the rest are right spin. Alright, first we'll go over Lord Spriggan. Lord Spriggan is a balance type layer. In counterclockwise mode, it has downward attacks with the dragon heads and upward attacks with the rubber. And in clockwise mode, it's the other way around. It also has this little chip here with 3 teeth that are pretty good, and its layer you cannot put a weight in it because it is dual spin. So you just twist these blue things here. Alright, so the reason it can be used for defense is because of its round shape, its many edges, and these little points right here. These little tiny edges that can be used to trap blades. Now, will we be using this compared to some other defense layers? Probably not. So Lord base is out of here, but we might still use the Spriggan chip in case we use some GT layers. But the base is out. Okay, let's put the base back over there. Alright, so now we're going to go to the right spins. So first up is Cosmic. Cosmic is a stamina type layer base, but it is very round and it has curved edges. So the weight in here, which is Retsu, I believe, does not really go with it. So if we are using this, I will use the 10 weight to concentrate the weight on 4 points. And for the chip, we won't use the chip just because it sucks. It's not really that good, dragon chip. Alright, so let's take this out. Now let's go over the actual layer. So the actual layer is about, I think, 19 grams. Let me grab my weighing scale. Alright, we have the weighing scale right here. Move these out of the way. Alright, so the actual base is about 11 grams, which isn't a lot, but considering the fact that you put a weight and chip in it, actually, it's still not a lot. It's at max about maybe 25, 24 grams. With the heaviest weight in here. So, will we be using this compared to these? Probably not, especially considering the sparking layer base, the unburstable layer base, and the fact that Union is a lot heavier. So we will not be using the Cosmic layer base. Alright, next up is Glide. Glide, again, a stamina type layer base, but it is very round. And these little points here, actually no, I don't know why I put this here. Glide cannot be used for defense. Okay, Glide's out of here. Forneus. Forneus is a turbo bay. It's still a turbo bay. It weighs about 18 grams to my recollection. Yep, 17. It has 12 contact points. They're all very close together, so pretty good for defense, but the fact that it's only 18 grams is exactly why we're not using it. If we were still in the turbo age, I would definitely use this for the right spin, but we're not in the turbo age anymore. We're in the middle of sparking, so that's like 2 generations ahead. Not even counting the fact that there's like 2 versions of turbo in GT. For example, Z Achilles, chose the Achilles, Winning Valkyrie, Turbo Valkyriek, Master Devilos, and Erase Devilos, Ace Dragon, Imperial Dragon, so bays get evolved twice in just 1 generation, so if we're actually counting the evolutions, it would be 4 generations away. Okay, so next up is Union, which we definitely might use. Again, the weight, Retsu, has weight concentrated on 3 points, and since the weight is unbalanced here, it might be good for attack, but we are trying to make a defensive combo. So we probably won't be using the weight. We'll keep the swords on here just because of the upward slopes that can help for attack and defense, actually, and because of the extra weight. So this base is actually, I think, yeah, 14 grams, so heavier than the Cosmic base, and I actually think this is 15 grams. It's just, this is actually a kitchen weight, so it doesn't measure the decimals. Like not 14.33 or something. It just measures the whole number. But anyway, this is definitely good for defense because of its round shape and many edges all around. Plus, it's really smooth and curved. The Achilles chip is one of the best right spin chips in my opinion that I have. There might be some other better ones, but this is probably one of the best right spin ones I have, so we definitely might use this. And Union is an option as well. Okay, next is Regalia Genesis. This layer base is unburstable, which means, and because of that, there's a little thing in here where you twist it all the way and it cannot burst, but there is no chip or weight in this because of that. So by itself, since you cannot customize it, it is about 26 grams, pretty heavy for a GT base, especially considering the fact that some sparking layer bases are only like 22, 23. So pretty heavy. It has a nice oval shape for attack, but it's a lot smoother than Apocalypse, which is the one that this came with. Another oval shaped infinite lock system bay, but it's an attack type. This is actually a defense type. Because of these big edges here that are smooth and tall, sort of like a wall, and then here, there's these little, tiny little points, like tiny points, and then you actually make contact with the metal here. So that can be lethal. So definitely one of the options there too. Alright, next up is Fafnir for this left spin, Actually, no, let's not do Fafnir yet. Let's talk about the right spin. Okay, so for the right spin, we have Union and Regalia Genesis. So if we put the heaviest chip in Union, it would be about 27 grams. So they're both pretty equal in weight. But the fact that Regalia Genesis actually has metal exposed and that it is unburstable is definitely better than the fact that Union just has upper slopes and you can take the swords out, which no one would ever do. I mean, if you're being honest, you would just keep the swords in. It's way better than taking the swords out. So, sorry, but we're using Regalia, which means that we're not using Achilles, because Achilles is right spin. We still might use Spriggan for the left spin. Okay, so this is the right spin.
There will be a part 2 to this video because my iPad cannot upload videos more than 16 minutes long.